All right, I think we're good now. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our morning note. It is, a little 3 minutes early, but if you have notifications on, then you didn't miss anything. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our morning note. This is Carlos Garcia, CEO of G.A.R Capital. Happy Monday, everybody. It is a beautiful Monday. It is August 10th, 2020. Let's talk market, shall we? All right, Dow futures are up 109 points, 27,442. Nasdaq futures are green after being red overnight, about 15 points. SP 500 futures up about five handles at 33.49. 33.55 was our high. Russell 2000 index outperforming, love it, 1573. Right now, crude oil futures are up 1.36%. Dollar is sliding down. It was up about I think 0.5% earlier today. Now it's basically slightly green. Bitcoin futures uh, broke 12,000, came back down, came back up. So we're up 3.76% right now. Gold futures up 0.76%, and silver futures up 3.67% at 28.55 an ounce. Forex people, euro dollar 117, down about 14 pips, and dollar yen up about 8 pips at 105.98 currently. All right, that's what we got today. We got some headlines too, as well, that came in. Apple was upgraded; they're up pretty nicely. I'll go ahead and read you some pre-market movers. I usually go to Market Watch. I'll just read them to you here. Pre-market movers. I think Nikola just had a deal where they just closed a deal for some garbage trucks. I'm gonna go ahead and read that headline to you. Let's see here. Nikola founder, Republic Services order first of three milestones to be announced in 2020. Nikola, whatever, wins order for 2,500 electric garbage trucks, according to Dow Jones. So Nikola is up pre-market. If you want to take a look at it, it's in my bottom left hand of my screen. I am not buying the stock. I don't want to own it. I'd rather have Tesla. It's at 40.09 pre-market of about $4. So what I would say about 10% move. Chuck Schumer says that we do hope Republicans will return to talks. Just a heads up here, Senate returns today at 3 p.m. for floor speeches, but no votes are scheduled. Senators will be given 24-hour notice to return to D.C. if a deal is reached for the next COVID-19 relief bill. Talks between Pelosi, Schumer, Meadows, and Mnuchin broke out Friday, followed by the president's executive actions regarding the payroll tax deferment for the year. So a lot of stuff. I went ahead and posted that on Instagram. You feel free to take a look at it with all the details. The markets are up on that, but that's where we are. Foot Locker is up about 12% on a solid earnings report. That's symbol FL. Simon Property Group is up about 4.5%. Word is that all the closed down Sears and JCPenney's will now be moved or talks to be Amazon fulfillment centers. So there you go. Wynn Resorts up about 4%. Fastly up about 4.25% after a price upgrade. Las Vegas Sands is up about 4.3%. Monster Beverage is down about 3.5%. That's kind of the other mover here. The other one here is Rialta Pharmaceuticals, down about 34% pre-market. Big mover here. MGM is up 2%. AMD is up about 0.5%. Virgin Galactic Space up about 1.5%. Boeing is up about 1%. And Apple was price upgraded by Wedbush and Deutsche Bank. They're up about 1.71% at 4.52 a share. I don't have that on my screen here, but you can see it here up about 1.8% pre-market, which is boosting the Dow and holding up the Nasdaq. Oh, so what you're getting here, guys, we talked about this on Instagram, is the rotation. In order to get that boost to all-time highs, I'll go ahead and bring up even futures. I look at that all the time. I'm going to bring up a daily chart, and you can see again, 33.97 is your all-time high. Now, again, the Nasdaq has pretty much carried us. We know the drill. The Nasdaq has five names. The FANG names are FAANG. Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. You can add Nvidia on there. They've been basically lifting the market. Five names have been is about 25% weighted of the S&P. So that's fine. That's all fine and dandy. Obviously, these companies are making money due to COVID. But again, in order to get over that hump, which is 33.97, I said this on Instagram, that you need to have small caps, you need industrials, and you also need banks to pick up the slack. Have they been underperforming? Absolutely. We know why. Banks are underperforming because the rates are low. That means their spreads in regards to loans and borrowing is too thin, so they can't make a lot of money. Credit's available, but a lot of people are paying down their debt. due to COVID. You've seen that change of consumer behavior. Industrials, again, can't really produce much when everyone's working from home. Again, there's no demand for these kind of things. Car demand, for example, construction jobs. Your tax revenue go down because less people are working. This is the deal. Those guys provide construction contracts to municipalities and cities. Industrials go down. For example, think Caterpillar, think heavy machinery, John Deere, Boeing, for example. Industrials will be like planes and stuff like that, airlines, and will be part of leisure as well. And then you have small caps, the Russell 2000. And we've been playing the Russell 2000, which is IWM now, for a couple of days. I own a couple of positions open on IWM, and it's been definitely outperforming. I definitely see a lot more upside. It's at 1572 currently. So the symbol is IWM. So I too think that we're going to get that rotation into those sectors. The big cap tech stocks will get a little bit of a backseat. Doesn't mean they're going to tank. It just means that you're going to see a little more of a treading water. You're not going to get that outperformance. Now we could get that push, but again, it's really dependent on a couple factors. If you have more of a COVID deterioration, meaning that less likely of a vaccine, spike in cases, more people staying home, less travel, then you want to stick to the big cap techniques. You're gonna shop from home. You have Amazon and Shopify, chip makers, again, handsets. You're talking about electronics, Apple due to cloud services and their apps, stuff like that. They have the new super cycle coming out. Google to work from home. Google, I think it's Google Groups. Microsoft due to the Azure cloud. Again, those kind of names, a big cap tech benefits making money off the COVID economy. It's just a fact. The faster we get a vaccine or a vaccine we get faster we get back to normal, then you'll get that rotation into the financials, the industrials, and the leisures and all that stuff. So basically, the stuff that has been underperforming, you have to get that rotation in there to get that push to all-time highs and beyond. Honestly, I do think I've been saying this. We're going to get above all-time highs this year. I think for 33.97, it's going to happen. We're 50 handles away on E-mini futures. My target for the next 12 months on S&P, if you want to put a gun to my head and you want to write it down, 4,000. I do think we'll get to 4,000 in S&P. If you think I'm crazy, fine. You can hashtag me, Carlos is crazy, GAR is crazy, but 4,000 is my price target on the S&P. And I still think we have another leg up in the market. I do think that the GDP in the third quarter will bounce almost double digits. And I think, in my opinion, in regards to COVID and the economy, not exactly the disease itself or the virus itself. I do think that the economy has hit the low point already, and we are bouncing back. I think that you'll get that snapback, not straight up one shot, 20% in a day, no, but you'll get that gradual going up. We may get a couple of pullbacks here and there, maybe some China stuff, but for the most part, I think that the worst is over in regards to the COVID economy. Again, we've been buying stocks since 2300, nothing new. 1,000 points ago. But again, I do think that we're going to get that bounce off these lows. Again, we've been saying we've been bullish on podcasts and videos now for a couple of months. But I do think that people say it's overextended. The Fed is going to keep things the way they are for the next 2 years. Stimulus will probably pass. The elections, we'll go over the elections as we get closer to the debates and stuff like that. I'll explain more regarding how that'll affect the economy, how that'll affect the stock market. And again, you do have a lot of things going on, but I still think the bull thesis is there. I think 4,000 S&P will happen within the next 12 months. That's between now and August 2021. I do think the unemployment will go down. I do think that GDP will bounce, and I do think the worst of this COVID economy is over. The United States is extremely, extremely adaptable and innovative. And I do think that with the power of corporations and the power of Silicon Valley, the power of basically say capitalism, has definitely found its way to kind of offset anything else that's going on. Now, again, this is a disconnect from Main Street with people that are employed. I agree 100%, but I can only talk about Wall Street and the stock market. That's the only thing I could tell you right now is in front of me. So again, that's my bull thesis. That's the right thing. The rotation has to happen first in order for this has to go. So I need the banks, I need the industrials, I need the leisures, I need them to participate in this rally, small caps. If they don't participate, the big cap tech stocks is not enough to bring us to all-time highs or boost above it. So you just need that. So keep an eye on IWM, keep an eye on the industrials, the Boeings, the Caterpillars, the John Deeres, those names, the leisures, casino stocks would be interesting here. Airlines would be interesting. I would not advise cruise lines at all. I still think airlines are still kind of a sense of a utility, something that's an essential for the society. So again, you'll have airlines will always be there. These big airlines have the liquidity to go. They're just not going to get the revenue yet. According to CNBC, these big airlines have about 12 months of liquidity available. You have a Congress and a government that's willing to help these airlines any way they can. So again, that's probably if you wanted to bottom feed or you wanted to kind of look 12 months, 24 months forward, airlines would be a step. I own some Delta. That's the only airline I know I own. I do own some Boeing, which is the only industrial that I own other than my index funds that have industrial names in it. All right, so that's my rant for a Monday. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Cool. Good morning. Let's answer some questions, right? Morning, top of the morning. Good morning. What are your open positions for options? How's your GLD 28 going? My GLD 28 is open. No problem there. We're getting a nice little bounce. And we have some SLV open, and I have some other positions open. Hey man, I was looking at Tesla, and I don't know if it's just me. Do you think there's a huge bullish pennant? What do you think about its direction? Tesla, I am bullish on it still long term. Again, you're just getting sideways action. You're still on the 78.6 fib. So with that being said, there's not much going on here. If anything, you're getting a descending triangle, kind of. You want to play it like that. If you tap 1189, I'm a buyer of Tesla at 1189, which is your 61.8 fib. Let's see. KK Kim says Apple hit 455 today. Let's see. Apple's at 450. 457, 455. I don't think you'll get enough to get there today. I think this week is definitely possible. There's a gap to fill right around 456. If you were looking at Apple and play calls, I wouldn't do it yet, but the 460s do look interesting. I'm just not there yet to buy it yet. Explain what you guys meant by big tech rotation. I just explained it. I just explained it. Lots of stocks are up today. Yes. IBB entry. IBB, I do own it, obviously. And right now, he's pretty much just trading water. If you wanted to buy in to IBB, the 128.19 level seems to be a very interesting one, which is your 100-day moving average on the daily. That's probably your best bet. Maybe 130. 128, 130. What markets do you see benefiting from stimulus most? Basically, retail is going to get a little bit of a help. You're talking about, again, like we talked about the rotations of the market, but I would say retail probably gets the most benefit as people will probably shop with that money. BRKB has been doing well lately to make a move this week. It's too, I just, there's no options on it. I don't want to own it, and their biggest holding is Apple. I'd rather just own Apple. So I really don't even look at it. What do you think about long-term effects of the Fed was doing? Of course, it's not sustainable anywhere you go forward. Throw the textbooks out the window, guys. When you can borrow money extremely cheap, almost at zero, they're gonna keep doing it. Is it sustainable? Economics be damned because it's working. That's all I could say. I don't know what's gonna happen going forward. All I can know is that with regards to deficits and debt, in regards to the government, yes, taxes will increase going forward. That's the only thing I can tell you, mathematically speaking. What does Apple Super Cycle mean? Super Cycle is every 2 years where they bring out a new model. So example, let's say year one, they bring out the iPhone 10 or iPhone X. Year two, they'll bring out the XS, and then year three, they'll bring out the 11. So every 2 years is a super cycle instead of an S model. What do you think the bottom is for Kodak? $2. I own January 15 calls for SLV, 30-35 strike. I saw a lot of volume there. Thoughts? I love it long term. Love it. I love SLV long term. Here we're at 26.50. I still think we get a lot of more upside there. So I'm not against it at all. At all. I still hold the position on SLV long, but we closed the one for YouTube Live. That's already done. All we have is GLD, which is, I believe, the 200s for August 28th. What's the news with Allen County? I just reported it. It's basically just ordered. They just got an order for some garbage trucks. Viacom stock entry point and thoughts. I don't even know the symbol for Viacom. I think it's VIA. Viacom. Yep. Let's see. No, I don't have it. Let's see. Viacom. Viacom CBS, I guess. There you go. Viacom. There you go. It's pretty much just trading water. Not much going on. So, an entry. I'm not really interested in that stock whatsoever. I think there's better plays out there for that. Instead of having the broadcaster providing the content, I'd rather just stick with Netflix, which have their own content too, or a Roku, which actually provides the content means. Those are two stocks I own. PayPal over 200 this week. Let's see. I do own the stock. That would be great. Yeah, you're pretty much right there. You're 70 cents away. Sure, why not? Microsoft stock seems to be in the move after buying TikTok. Seems to be moving sideways. Yep, it's basically on hold until any deal with TikTok is made. So that's basically where you are. You're between two levels, the 217.64 level and the 199 level, which is about an $18 range. And we've been stuck there for about 3 weeks now. FB this week, FB has been moving and it has a breakout. It is very nice, but you need to recapture 278.89 to actually do anything there. 300 should be coming soon, not this week though. JPM, love JPM long term, should be breaking 100, which I thought it is breaking above. When it comes to financials, just a piece of advice, day trade it. Get out of it the same day. Do not hold financial stocks overnight. I've been burned on it many times. If it's Goldman Sachs, Citibank, JPM, Bank of America, get out of it same day. Do not hold your option. It will reverse on you up or down. I just don't ask me why, it just does. So that's just the best advice I can give you. SPY to break 340 this week. 340? Ooh, it could. That means you have to get to 3,400 on ES. So that's right at the all-time high. This week, we need a stimulus to pass in order to get there. Calls for today? Yeah, our members will get the calls today if we have any. All we have is one open. What do you think about going long on Big C? I have no idea what Big C is. Thoughts on SPG? SPG has a decent yield. I like the fact they're going to sell some of their property to Amazon. Remains to be seen. I don't see myself buying any shares. TGT breakout. Looking like it, but again, it's moving sideways. Take a look at the volume and see what happens moving forward. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. It is Monday, August 10th. Make sure to like and subscribe our videos. Make sure to turn on notifications. So just in case we have a impromptu video and I'm talking about the markets, you won't miss a thing. So appreciate that. Also, congratulations. I'm so happy that I found that thing on Instagram. No more bots. Bots are done. They don't even come up anymore. I'm so very proud of that tweet I found. So if you notice, our comment section is very clean. I apologize if you can't tag your friends. Just send the post that you like of ours to your friends or your buddies on Instagram. That's pretty much the only bet. You just can't tag anyone. This saves everyone from the bots, the stupid Forex bots. Okay, guys? We all have to provide some sacrifices sometime. Have a great rest of your day, guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the morning note. Carlos Garcia, CEO of GAR Capital. GARCapitalFX.com is the website. Thank you much again. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your Monday. Happy trading.